Hi, this is Everett and welcome back to the shop. It's been literally a whole year. It's funny how last year I was looking forward to the springtime thinking, yeah, I'd have maybe some time, it didn't quite work out like I'd hoped. I barely had time to even watch a lot of YouTube videos this year, much less make any. This has been a busy one for us. As you may know, beginning of last January, we had our third child, and I was also working full-time, and we've had a number of things in our family that have been fairly significant events this year, both our immediate family and extended family. And between that, there's also the fact that little children are walking petri dishes, and we've had quite a number of bugs go through, and it's been fun. So again, I do apologize in some ways. In some ways I can't really, because it's just the way life is. But yeah, so hopefully, wishful thinking like last year, hopefully I will be able to get more videos out as time goes on now and just get the ball rolling again. Part of that is because I just finished up my apprenticeship for my heavy duty mechanics apprenticeship, and my wife is also, because she's a nurse, she's been on mat leave and she'll be going back to work in January. I'm hoping that now that I'm home, and I will be home primarily with the children and working part-time for my buddy at the truck shop, that that I'll actually be able to start doing more video and taking video of the projects I'm doing, because a lot of what I'll be doing is machine work for him, as well as projects for myself and some other friends. I didn't take much for video this last year just because of that. I did, however, take some pictures and such from the truck shop work some of the truck shop work I was doing. Some of it I couldn't for various reasons, but what I can share with you is a few different things. So one unit that came in that we had was a 1986 International S1700 series. International could not help us. They couldn't find parts for us. They wouldn't, anyway, it really wasn't going to work out. What happened was the fan clutch had failed on it, and we just could not find another one. What we wound up doing was, after a few hours of internet research and a little bit of messing around, whatever, we found that the fan clutch off of a Massey 3655 was very similar. The biggest difference is that instead of having a 2 3/4 inch bolt center on where it mounts to the hub, it's a 2.5. So, well, we did what anybody else would in this situation, and we made a new set of holes. And so now with the new fan clutch, the guy was able to go and get his crop off the field. Another little bit of machine work I did for the shop was when we had a 2012 Kenworth T800 tri-drive come in, and well, we had to replace all the S-cam tubes, and all the bolts broke off in the spiders, the brake spiders that mount to the axles. So we took the spiders off the axles, and I was able to mount them to the mill, and did getter outs on I don't know how many bolts. It's kind of cool how you can drill out the center and then use an end mill, cut basically the cylinder of the bolt out of the way, and then just use a pair of side cutters, pull the threads out like a little spring. That'll never get old for me. I think it's fascinating. Another job that I wound up doing was I adapted a serpentine belt system to a Cat 3406E. For one of the jobs we were doing. I had to make all the standoffs and pedestals, the offset brackets, come up with a belt routing that wasn't going to interfere with everything else. That was kind of fun. A lot of challenges to that one, shimming and adjusting different things, but we got it to work, and truck ran fine after with that. Never spit a belt since. Another job I did not that long ago was I had to do some machining on some rocker box spacers or Jake-head spacers, I guess you should say, for Cat 3406B. What happened was we were suspecting things got over torqued or something, but the little groove that holds the valve cover gasket strip in place got cracked and broken off. Well, my buddy Taylor at work there is really good at welding, and so he welded them up for some material, and I machined them to fit again, to fit the gasket strip again, and well, that saved the guy a few $100, that's for sure. And one last little job that I can show you here is we had to put a couple axle spacer blocks into a truck, but they had a caster angle to them to start with, so we needed them parallel. So I just shaved the top of the blocks parallel. I know it's not rocket science, but at least at least we get to see chips fly. Had a buddy project not that long ago. One of my classmates in tech school, he was working on a 2005 Chevy Impala with a 3.4 liter, and had a bit of a sketchy setup to try to mount it to the mill using a tap with the remaining threads that were in the hole that were somewhat intact to sort of locate and clean so drilled and tapped to an M18 and cleaned up the seal surface, and so now it has a Cummins 5.9 or 6.7 liter engine oil plug in it, and he put it back on the car, saved the customer $500. So I do have more truck shop machining and personal projects on the list. I mean, we all do. So hopefully some of that will be interesting to you as I do take video of it and can get the ball rolling again. I do, however, have an apology to make to two guys, both Chris and Todd. Thank you for sending stickers in over the last year. I'm sorry I didn't get to them till now. Hopefully better late's better than never. I want to share this with everybody here. One set of stickers here came in from Chris. He's got a YouTube channel here. It's called F&A Wright Engineering, and I get a kick out of him. I mean, his videos are kind of cool because he's a small shop and does some interesting work. Like, one thing he did was he put one cool project is he put a rotary encoder on a rotary table on his mill, and so he could have a digital readout and actually measure on the DRO where it is in its rotation. I thought that was a very cool idea. And yeah, he adapted it all at home there, and so he's well worth watching. He's also got a metal shaper, just like myself, but he kind of messed with his and made some really cool stuff for it. Like, he put a DRO on it, as well as, if you can believe it, a quick change tool post for his shaper. So I thought that was a really cool idea. Not sure if I'll be doing it with mine because I don't use mine as much as he does, but I don't know. If you're interested in shapers and some interesting things you can do with them, go check his channel out. His link is in the description. As well, there is Todd. Todd sent me in pictures, a couple stickers as well. For Acme Machining. Now, he's a fellow Albertan. His Acme is a small town sort of down near Red Deer sort of area. And, no, not Red Deer. I guess it's sort of southeast of Red Deer, northeast of Calgary. Anyway, it's a small town here in Alberta. But like myself, he does some, automotive type work on home machines and that sort of thing. And one of the things he also does is he sands exhaust manifolds. He's got a big belt sander. I picked myself up one this last year as well that needs a little bit of TLC, but I've used it for flattening manifolds before. But I like the way he thinks because we have some similarities, like the fact that exhaust manifolds nowadays on vehicles, they're just basically cast, machine, thrown on the block, and out you go. And the heating cooling cycle starts working the stresses out of the cast, and you start popping exhaust manifold bolts and studs, just shearing them right off, or like not shearing, but fatigue, pulling them apart due to fatigue and overstretching. And once you once you machine or sand that flange surface flat again, you'll never have the problem again because it takes the stresses out of the cast. So, he and I are kind of on the same wavelength that way. So anyway, I like what he does. By all means, pop by, give his a look. I'll put the link in the description, like always. But otherwise, one other thing that I need to discuss is a big thank you to everybody who, hasn't erased me from their subs list, there's a subscription list, because I haven't done much for the last year. And surprisingly, I actually surpassed the 15K mark this year. It was later this year. So sometime here in January. It won't be right away because we got New Year's and family stuff going on. But at some point here in early January, I will be getting back on the horn here, and we're going to get a 15K subs draw on the go. Not sure what I'm going to put up on the block yet, but we'll figure something out, and hopefully it'll be cool enough to bother with it for anybody who wants to put names in. But otherwise, yeah, it's been a year, and seeing as we're that time of year again, just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, blessed Happy New Year, and just I hope you're able to spend time with your family over the next little while here. It's we're realizing more and more as time goes on, and we're all getting older, that we're appreciating time with family more and more, and so I hope you all get to have that blessing as well. So otherwise, from me and my family, we wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and again, thanks for watching. Thanks for still subscribing, and here's getting the ball rolling again. See you next time.